All right, another big news. Google drops the new Pixel 5, Pixel 4a 5G, Chromecast with Google TV, and Nest Audio. It's Techtober. It's a pun. So let's talk about, really for me, what is the big news on the Pixel 5. The fact that it is sporting a Snapdragon 765G. This is an SoC that launched in, hold on a second. Let me just have a quick look at the launch date of this particular processor. OnePlus Nord unveiled on July 21st. No, come on. When did it come out? Revealed the release date, expanded to full story. Whatever. It's not new. It's not particularly new. And more importantly, while it does have new features, if I recall correctly, it has built-in 5G support compared to what manufacturers have had to do, like bolting 5G support onto the Snapdragon 865 chipset, like the flagship chipset. So I believe it has 5G support, but in terms of performance, it is actually a downgrade, not just from flagship SoCs today, but actually from the previous Pixel. Like, what? So Luke, tell me this.
Yes.
Would you buy a brand new Pixel that is slower than your old Pixel?
Yes.
What? Why?
I didn't think you were gonna expect that answer.
Is that the only reason you said that? Because
no, I don't need speed in my phone anymore.
But why have it slower?
If there's other benefits, I'm not sure, but if there are other benefits to it, like if somehow I don't think this is true, but if somehow it's better for battery life, if somehow it does these other things, sure, because I absolutely do not need performance in my phone anymore. I'm still running a Pixel 2 XL, and the only reason why I'm hungry for an upgrade is, one, I can't solve notification problems. I've received all your emails. I've received the tweets. None of it's working. I actually have my SIM in my Pixel 1, and the notifications are fine. So I'm actually using a Pixel 1 more often than anything else, which is great. Oof. My other problem with my Pixel 2 is the proximity sensor is busted.
Got it.
So if I answer a call, I can't dial.
Got it.
It always thinks that it's up next to my face. So that I want a new phone because of that. If those two problems didn't exist, I literally wouldn't want a new phone. There's no point. It wouldn't be worth, even if it was free, it wouldn't be worth the hassle of migrating over to a new phone.
Okay, that's a fair point.
So if there is some form of benefit, then sure, because I genuinely do not care about increased performance at all. I don't play games. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. I don't need more performance to do emails. I don't need more performance to call people or send text messages or read Twitter. I don't need more performance to watch a YouTube video. I don't need more performance to use Floatplane. I'm completely fine for what I do.
That's fair.
But if there isn't some other type of advantage for the decreased performance, then yeah, sure, if I'm paying for it, I might as well get it.
Okay. So in terms of other features, 90 hertz refresh rate is still 90 hertz refresh rate. Compared to the Pixel 4, Face Unlock has been ditched. So Apple's still holding on to it, but looks like the rest of the industry is like, yeah, fingerprint readers were pretty good. I actually really like the fingerprint reader on the Fold, so it's just built into the button like Sony used to do with the Xperia. I don't know, might still do. I haven't used an Xperia in a while. Way back in the day. It's pretty good. It's got 8 gigs of RAM instead of 6 gigs. Reverse wireless charging now, so you can charge your other stuff off your phone if you have a need to do that, and IP68 ingress protection. Here's the thing that kind of bothers me a little bit, though. It's it's priced at $700 US, which I guess is pretty reasonable for a flagship, except that it's sort of not really
a flagship.
Not really a flagship. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, if phone manufacturers themselves, and Google's not the only one, like LG did the same thing with the Velvet. If phone manufacturers are starting to say, okay, yeah, the performance of these things is good enough, then what I want to know is, fine then, where is the commitment to support this thing in the long term? 3 years is okay, but Apple is way ahead. And I understand that Apple gets a huge advantage in that they get massive revenue through the App Store to subsidize their iPhone business, should they see fit. But Google could easily do the same thing with their Play Store revenue. And I'm going to propose something really crazy right now that is probably going to be pretty unpopular. What if you could just pay a monthly fee for ongoing operating system support? Is that something that would help rather than hinder the industry? Like, I think fragmentation is an enormous problem because, from the manufacturer side of things, every device is going to have its own little quirks, and you can collapse under the weight of it.
The internet hates it, by the way.
They hate it.
I have not seen a single person in chat vote with you. Right. Every single person has been like, no.
Well, then what's your solution? Yeah. What's your solution? To be clear, I'm not saying that it should be pay as you go from day one. There should be 3 years of committed software updates. But then what?
When you're moving into your 4th year,
would you rather have an option? Right? Would you rather have it be garbage and e-waste and end up in a landfill somewhere? And to be clear, I'm aware that obviously they can recycle a lot of the materials, but recycling is not an efficient process. It's not. So would you rather it ultimately, a perfectly otherwise working device that's now no longer getting security updates, would you rather it poison the earth, or would you rather just keep using it if it cost you $3 a month? Because remember, we're not talking about like $3 a month compared to what you get for free now. You should still get what you get for free now. I'm just saying we need some kind of an option, because it's very clear from all the analysis that's been done over the years of how Apple has, X percentage of the smartphone market in terms of revenue, but has Y percentage of the smartphone market in terms of actual profit. Like, it's been very clear for a long time that the business model of Android sort of handset makers is not great. Like, it's not sustainable if we want devices to last for a very long time. So we have to do something. And it's either you get ads all over your phone, which is clearly already happening, or you go the YouTube Premium route and you say, okay, yeah, I get that it used to be free, but like, I'm willing to pay for this to keep working the way that I liked it, now that we've determined that this model is not sustainable. So with that in mind, do you guys hate it slightly less?
Spoiler alert, I don't think so. I think they still hate it just as much. Just reading the responses. But
well, I'd like it.
I think you are getting at least a somewhat. I'm not gonna. Twitch chat's gonna hate me now. I could have gone the easier route here, but I'm not. I think you're getting at least somewhat an emotional response.
Right.
Because right now the option that you're getting is nothing. You if you get 3 years out of your device, you're probably lucky at this point. And then you're just dropped. So an option would be good.
And
right?
To be clear, look, okay, we've got a super chat from Mark Lane, who apparently thinks it's worth spending $5 to send a text message on the internet, but doesn't think this is a good idea. Mark Lane goes, my Pixel XL works great, yet it's no longer supported. Why, Linus, why? Well, obviously you could still have the option to just not get security updates, but that's not a great choice either.
There's some, yeah. What isn't it like Lineage OS or I don't remember what it is, but I think it's Lineage OS. You could do this, but most people aren't going to do that.
So another option is the legislative route. So you go to your representatives and you say, look, it should be illegal for perfectly functioning hardware to have absolutely no path forward. And you go, yeah, I understand that while you're selling this device, obviously you can't provide the tools, or you don't want to provide the tools to allow Lineage OS to be installed on it or whatever. You want to make sure that you're managing the user experience. But
once it's past its 2-year window or something.
Yeah, once it's past its window where you're not going to support it anymore, you must provide the tools. You must create this tool set so that someone else can carry on the work, so that at least popular devices could still get support from the community. So that's an option. But what are the freaking odds? What are the odds that's going to happen?
None, basically.
Like, we can't even agree.
And it's true. Like,
we can't even agree net neutrality is a good idea, Luke.
Well, you and I can, but yeah, I don't know. Pixel 1 is pretty good. It's got some big old bezels.
It's got big old bezels.
The screen is pretty gross.
Big bitty bezels.
There's some things that definitely feel out of date, but the usability of it, like, I can send emails on there completely fine.
Nathan
Twitter, I can
Vreens.
watch YouTube videos.
Nathan Vreens says, what about a one-time fee for the update? That's not how it works, though. Like, you got to understand, developers at these companies don't get paid one time. So in order to build a sustainable support ecosystem for these products, they have to know that there is predictable revenue coming. I mean, that's why the gaming industry moved towards first microtransactions, which is basically what you're proposing, by the way. I thought we all agreed those were evil. And then subscription services, which is pretty much what I'm proposing. I'm just skipping a step.
Both and the one-time purchase.
Yeah.
It's awesome. You buy the one-time purchase, you pay a subscription.
How about everything? How about everything?
Yeah.
Unless you're Microsoft, in which case you have enough money to buy the earth and all the heavens, and you just go, yeah, you pay the monthly fee for Game Pass, we'll just give you an Xbox. Go for it. I mean, not quite, but Games Pass really is a very good deal.
It really is.
So, okay, you guys don't agree. Fine. I get it. But you got to understand, too, that while you may not agree with my way of framing this money, you're paying for it somewhere. Epic's argument for how Apple's 30% gleaning of all App Store revenue ultimately takes money out of the pockets of whether it's consumers, so whether the app developer would have charged a lower price and you would have paid less. So whether it's consumers or developers, Apple's ultimately taking that money and going, let's put it in the however many hundreds of billions of dollars pile. You're paying for that. Whether it's from the point that you purchase the device, whether it's from the purchases you make for V-Bucks on the App Store, or whether it's from a subscription service that just is what it says it is. A device maintenance, like software maintenance fee that you pay on a monthly basis. It's all the same thing. It's all just how they frame it. Yeah, so Jaw Media says, or pay $1,600 for a device and have the updates included across the life of the device. Yeah, that's exactly the same thing. So why do devices keep getting more expensive? Quite frankly, the hardware isn't that much more expensive. We know from working with a particular brand, I'm not going to say who it is because I don't want to get them in trouble, but let's see. Oh man, this is a really long email thread. But we actually know the price difference between a Snapdragon 865 and a 765G. And it's not as much as you might think. Let me just do a quick search for, oh man. Wait, I think I found it. Yeah, here we go. So I'm not naming anybody, but the difference in price for the component cost for the chipset is apparently about $70. So there's no reason why a phone that's equipped with a Snapdragon 865 needs to be $1,000 and one that's equipped with a 765G should be $700.
$700, yeah.
Yeah. Even if you make the assumption that every increasing cost doubles the retail price, actually, no, that works out about right. So if you say every increase in cost about doubles the retail price, then yes, that works out. But the thing here is that, why? Why does it need to? It's not like from a product development standpoint, using an 865, made it take twice as long. You might need better cooling. I don't think that needs to double your end user price, but what do I know? I charge the same price for two different sizes of water bottle that do not have the same cost to me. So I clearly don't understand business 2020 edition. All right, well, that was not the answer I expected. So how about this? Would you even bother buying a Pixel 5? now that the Pixel 4a 5G is out with a slightly larger screen compared to the 5.8 inch previous one. So that's 6.2 inch display, about the same size as the Pixel 5. 6 gigs of RAM, so a little less RAM. I don't believe it has a 90 hertz display, and it's just $500 US. Same camera setup. Same camera setup. You're muted.
Sorry, I was talking to my
there
bird.
he is.
I'm back. We're here. I need a new phone because of all the thing. I'm currently running dual phones and like life sucks. And I've been waiting for like this announcement basically.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm currently leaning towards the 4A 5G.
4A 5G looking pretty fly.
Because like I honestly, as much as we all meme as community about mobile gamers, I would love to play mobile games if they didn't all suck.
They do suck.
And there's some arguments for like, okay, the games that I like to play are not necessarily going to translate super well to a phone. But that's not entirely true for everything.
It's pretty true though.
It is pretty true, but it's also a bit of a cop out that has been used to just make terrible games.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's no reason something like Hearthstone. I mean, it was on mobile. There's and that's a truly compelling game that you got super into. That's a mobile game.
And I did play a bit on my phone. I just haven't been playing for a while now. But like that was one of the few that I think were genuinely really good. And there hasn't been very many. And the thing is, I guarantee you, I absolutely guarantee you that the Pixel 4a 5G will knock Hearthstone out of the park.
It should be all right.
It won't be a problem. So like almost anything that I would think of with the control scheme that you have on a phone that would actually be a good experience, in my opinion, you can disagree with me as much as you want, is going to be pretty easy to run. Like if I could play like a tower defense game that wasn't laden down with microtransactions, I'd just buy one. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd like to have like Warcraft 3 tower defense custom games on my phone. That would be fantastic.
Sick.
That would be awesome. I would love to play Wintermall tower defense. Like that would be great.
100%.
But I can't. And if I could, it would run just freaking fine on a 4A 5G. So like I just don't care.